Hello everyone. Today we're going to look at how to build an assignment that deals with something like this, handwritten student work. So what I'm going to do with this, just before we get going, is I'm going to actually scan this into a photocopier, and if you're within Foothill School Division, every photocopier in the school division will scan to emails, so all you need to do is just push the scan to email button, drop this onto the tray, and put your own email address into it, and press scan. So as always, I'm going to turn my editing on, and I'm going to make sure that I click on the Add Activity and Resource to add a new assignment, as I'd normally do anytime I wanted to add something to Moodle. So I'll go ahead and click Add an Activity or Resource, and I'm going to choose Assignment. Assignment is actually private communication between yourself and the student. This can be used for anything from journaling to handing in videos, to handing in podcasts, to handing in audio recording, video recording, or even just written work. But PDF hand-in is one of those. So I'm going to go ahead and press Add. And it gives me the typical opening box. So assignment name is going to be Demo Assignment, and please hand in your work. Probably be a little bit more conversive with your instructions to the student, and as always, you can turn your editing tools on to be able to format it any way you like. Most of these are fairly straightforward, so availability, when you want the student to be able to hand it in, what the due date is, and it does provide an opportunity for a cutoff date. I tend not to use that very often because if a kid does have to hand in work late for whatever reason, that would disable that. So if I go down to the bottom here, now it gives me a couple of choices for submission types. Now on our Moodle we've got a few of these. Online Poodle means basically the student can hand in audio recordings or video recordings recorded directly from Moodle. File submissions, which is a typical one where you'll have students be able to hand in anything from videos to written work to Word documents, etc. Submission comments, I usually turn that on because that gives the student the ability to actually write a note to you about the conditions of the assignment or questions they might have. Online text, used less commonly because the editor is in a web browser, so if you accidentally close your web browser, you lose your work. I tend to favor Word for written work. Or PDF. In this one here, I do want to make sure I include PDF because that gives me some annotation options for PDF documents, of which I just scanned through the photocopier. So I'm going to actually just scroll down here now and leave most of these common. However, I do need to edit the feedback styles because I want to make sure that I can annotate that PDF. So I do want to allow feedback comments. I do want to have the ability to attach feedback files. I also want to make sure that I have the ability to attach PDF feedback. PDF feedback means that I can actually view the PDF in my browser, as we'll see shortly, and provide feedback right in the browser without having to download or print off the work. And again, feedback through Poodle means that I can actually leave an audio message as well. So once I've done that, all I need to do is scroll to the bottom and hit Save and Display. At this point, I see my typical assignment screen where it would say, here's how many people are in the course, how many people have submitted, how many of these do I still need to grade, when is it slated as due, and how much time is left on it. But if I switch my role for a moment to a student, so that we can see what they see, the page looks like this. So right now I have not made an attempt. The assignment's not been graded yet since I haven't made an attempt. The due date and time remaining. What I'd like to do though is take that written work that I just scanned through the photocopier and I'd like to attach that. So I'm just going to go add submission. And up will come all of the submission formats that you've chosen. So online Poodle, so I could, it will bring this up by the way, just saying, will you allow me to use your microphone? And so I'll just push allow because I do want it to, and you can see my voice bouncing back and forth in the record window. I can attach a recording. Please accept my assignment. I think I did a very good job on it. There it is. So now I've left a voice message for the teacher. Tells me that's exactly 5 seconds long. You'll see that file submission is here, which if it's a Word document or a PowerPoint, I can certainly open that up and just drag and drop those files into here. But what I'm interested in doing right now is handing in a PDF file. So if I click the PDF submission and I just go ahead and go add, choose file, and just select the file I just saved. I'll push open. Now I can upload this file, and just like it would with a file attachment, it goes up and attaches. And so I hit Save Changes, and now I'm done. The work has been submitted. You can see my audio recording is there. My PDF submission is there. Any comments I've made are here. I can actually open that up and say, you know, please give me a good mark. And really, that is all I need to do. I can save that comment, and now it is sitting on there for the teacher to see. Teachers can also give comments back, and so this piece here can actually become a very good, rich conversation. So now I'm going to switch my role back to being a teacher so you can see what the teacher sees. So now as a teacher, under Grading Summary, you'll see that I have one submitted, one needs grading, and I have an option to view or grade all submissions. If I click on that, it'll take me to a page where I can see all of the students in my class. As this is a demo class, there's only myself. But if I scroll over to the right, you'll see my assignment is there. So the status submitted for grading. You can see that I have things like my online Poodle, so I can actually play that. Please accept my assignment. I think I did a very good job on it. I can comment, I can download the final submission, but what I'd like to do instead is just under grade, there's a little pen right next to submitted for grading. When I click on that pen, what I'm going to see is an evaluation screen where I can see, okay, what's the submission status? Can the students edit it? What have they given me? But if I scroll down here, below where the rubric would be, if you'd set one up, where the feedback comments would be, you'll see that there's a section here called PDF Feedback. And there's a button that says Annotate Submission. If I click that button, what's going to happen in Moodle is it will open up my work. So you can see this is the document I've scanned in from the photocopier. Right now I'm looking at page 1. I can actually open that up and go to page 2, and you can see my very messy math work here. And as a teacher, you might want to say, okay, let's put a checkbox right there just so that the student knows that it's right. Maybe I might put a comment, maybe up here, and I'll say something like, good choice using complete the square. Maybe I will draw a line to it. Maybe I'd like my lines to be red, so then I can draw a red line to it. And really, I can annotate all over this page. I can highlight if I like. And again, you can choose different colors using this option right here. I can draw on it. Or I can put any number of shapes into it. Now what's really nice about this is that the feedback is instant to the students. So the moment I save this, the student has this feedback. So if I go up to the top, I can click this button if I just want to do a save as draft. So I'm not ready to give this back to the student yet. I want to come back and work on this document later. I would just go ahead and push save as draft. If I wanted to download a copy of this new PDF I've just created, or the original submission I should say, I can click on that there and I can open that in Acrobat or whatever I choose. Or I can just push this button right here, generate a response file, and what it does is provides this back to the student as a PDF, which they can download. Now at this point I can apply the rubric if I have set one up. I can give more comments. I can even record a message back to the student. When I'm done, I either hit Save Change, or if there's more than one student with work to grade, you'll see Save and View Next. And I hit Save, and immediately all of that feedback goes back to the student. So now, if I switch my role back to being a student, let's see what the student sees. So as a student, I now see that it's been submitted for grading, but I also see that there's feedback. So I can either download the response or view the response online. If I view online as probably the most convenient, I immediately get taken to the PDF version of my document, and if I go to page 2, you'll see all of the annotations that I've done. Had I recorded any audio recording, that would have been on there as well if I'd uploaded other files, or if I had added more comments. Those would all be in there as well. I hope that makes sense to you. If you have any questions, always feel free to ask.